Hello, I'm going to show you how to use your Beco Gemini, your Beco 8 or your Beco Cool. First let's talk about the differences between them. So the Beco Gemini is a lighter version of the Beco 8 and it also comes in a mesh version which is called the Beco Cool. It's exactly the same but it has mesh in it. So if you like the idea of this but your baby is born in the summer and is getting hot, you might want to go for the mesh version as it is a lot more breathable. So you've got mesh in the headrest, the front panel. What's really nice about the Beco Cool is that you also have mesh in the straps and in the waist belt. So it is one of the lightest carrier that is out there. So it's very nice to have it like this. But you can go for the full fabric one, it's totally fine as well. The main difference between the Gemini and the 8, so the 8 has an included mesh panel, so you don't get two separate ones. You choose whether you have the full fabric by zipping it up or down, or the mesh version, which is quite nice, so it gives you options. The waist belt on the Beco 8 is a bit thicker and wider than on the Beco Gemini. Also the main difference is that it comes with lower back support, so you've got lumbar support. The Gemini doesn't. You can remove the lumbar support as well if you don't like it, it's removable. Otherwise the front panel is a bit taller than the Gemini. The Gemini is a little bit shorter. So what we find is in general the Beco 8 is a little bit more long lasting than the Gemini. You also have a tiny little insert at the bottom because the panel is quite tall and may not fit very small babies at the beginning, so you need to bump them up a little bit. And you've got a headrest but it's got a hood in it as well, so you unzip here and you've got a hood in there. With the Gemini you only have the headrest like this. So basically the Beco 8 is the big brother of the Gemini. Obviously it's a bit more expensive than the Gemini. Gemini and Beco Cool are quite similar in prices. So you've got two settings on all the Becos. This is the small baby setting. I'm going to bring my poppers in. So you just bring your poppers in like that for small baby. Make sure the base supports knee to knee, so your baby is well supported and sitting in the armchair positioning. I'll demo that in a second. As your baby gets bigger, you just bring the poppers on the second wider setting. You can do all carrying position with all of them, so facing you, facing out, hip carry and back carry, and you can cross the straps as well. To be able to face out, you just bring the buttons in like this and then you turn your baby facing the world. Usually I recommend you wait until your baby's got good head control, around 5 months, and make sure your baby doesn't fall asleep facing out, or if your baby cries, you turn them around. Okay, so the straps on all the new Beco Geminis and Cools and Beco 8 have a dual adjust, which means that you decide how you pull. So either you feed the strap to the back, so when your baby's in you just grab your strap and then you pull forward, or if you like to pull back, you can feed the strap to the front and then you can pull back. What's also handy is to have this at the front, is that if you want to drop your baby to breastfeed or bottle feed, you just have to do that and then your baby will drop forward, drop lower down, which is quite a handy thing to have. So you choose how you set it. For some people they find pulling like this is the only way that will work. Some people don't like to pull back, some people don't really mind, so you just feed it the way you want. On the old style Beco Geminis, you have the tri-lock system. So I'm going to show you how it works. So you don't have the dual adjust, you can only pull back, and the buckle is a tri-lock. So to take it off, you need to press and then do that. You can do it with one hand, so you press and then you can push, but it doesn't always work, so it's just easier to use two hands, so push at the same time. It takes a little bit of practice, but it's not too bad. If you're hiring it from the Sling library, all the Geminis have the old tri-lock systems. because we can't replace them all because they cost money. But if you're going to be buying one, you'll likely have the dual adjust system, but I will check that for you. Same with the Beco toddlers, it's the same as the Gemini with the Trollocs, but a lot bigger. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do a front carry with strap crossed for a small baby. So I'm going to set poppers to the front panel. So same thing with the Beco Cool or with the Beco 8. You just set them here. And then I'm going to undo my waist belt. So again, I've got the Trolloc here. On the other ones, I have just a simple buckle. You just have to press once. I'm going to bring my waist belt on my waist, not my hips, so that it's a lot more comfortable and my baby's going to be higher up. Clip on my back, tighten, and then there's lots of different ways to put your baby in. I'm going to show you how to cross around your baby first. So you bring baby on your chest, and I'm going to bring the panel across. So this is what I mean by supported knee pit to knee pit in the M-shaped positioning. So the bum is lower than the knees, and you've got the base support from knee to knee. Let your baby drop a little bit. So because the panels are rather long with the Becos, you really want to make sure you can see your baby's face. You want the top of the panel to arrive just under the bottom of the earlobe for small babies. So make sure you're not covering the face. So as you can see, I'm letting the bum drop over the waist belt. If you're quite a tall person and your baby's very small, you might want to bring your waist belt even higher up and just let your baby drop a bit lower down. Make sure your baby's close enough to kiss the top of the head so you can see airways at all time. And then I'm going to hold the panel. I'm going to grab a strap, flip it over my shoulder, switch hands. I'm going to hold baby, and I'm going to go to my back, bring my hand across. I'm going to grab my buckle, pull down a bit, and then I'm going to bring it across. So make sure, especially if you are breastfeeding, that it's not digging into your breast because it can be a bit uncomfortable. So bring the strap all the way down, low down on your back, and then clip down like this. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Flip over, switch hand, hold baby, pull down and across. So you see my cross is not right, my leg should be spread across my back for comfort. And I'm going to clip, and I'm going to pull back. Pull until it feels nice and tight. One way to know if a carrier is tight enough, you're going to hold your baby's head, you're going to lean forward. If your baby's body is coming away from yours, probably not tight enough. So keep going, make it a little bit tighter. We'll do little pelvic tucks. I'm going to let my baby's bum drop, bring the knees higher up. And there you go. Keep hands towards the face, especially for small babies. And you can see your baby's airways at all time. And it's nice and tight. Headrest, leave it down. As your baby gets bigger, you can undo the poppers and then clip them on the shoulders. But obviously wait until your baby's that height. As you can see, my baby's got no airflow here, so I really want to make sure I keep the headrest down. You can also bring it inside if you want a bit more support around the head. It's totally up to you how you wear it. As long as you respect safety, you're good to go. Okay, so that's the technique for cross strap. If I want to have them straight, I can do that as well. Some people don't like cross, they prefer straight. So I'm going to take my baby out. Lots of different ways to take your baby out. I like to lift the buckles and then take one arm out, and I can just take my baby out like this quickly without having everything dropping down. Also, if you don't want to clip, you can just leave your straps clipped like this and just slide your baby in. Okay, so for straight straps, very simple. I'm just going to unclip my buckles and I'm going to bring them back straight. So this is called rucksack style or H straps. And then I've got what we call the chest strap. So it's that little strap between the shoulder straps. You're going to clip it, and that stops the straps falling off your shoulders. And the way I do it, I just hold it like this so it's quicker. Bring the chest strap over my head so I don't have to clip it and do some kind of crazy yoga moves whilst holding a screaming baby. So I'm going to leave it behind my neck, and then I'm going to bring my baby in. Make sure you have enough room. Bring baby on your shoulder, like in a burping position, so they're nice and stable. Bring your hand under the strap, and then guide the legs through and let your baby drop. Again, we want the bum to be lower than the knees and hanging a bit over the waist belt. And then I'm going to hold the panel in place, bring my straps back, and I'm going to feed the slack and retighten. Pull back on each side until it's nice and tight and comfortable. And you should have your chest strap roughly between your shoulder blades. You can ask somebody to set it for you, but it should be somewhere between your shoulder blades, so it's nice and comfortable. And that's it. So to take my baby out, one way to do it, lots of different ways, but actually one way, I'm going to loosen by lifting the buckle, the whole baby, lift one strap, and bring the chest strap to my neck so I can unclip very easily, and I can just take my baby out, or you can loosen and lift baby out. Okay, so that's it for the Beco Gemini and the Beco 8 and the Beco Cool. For videos of how to face out, hip carry and back carry, you can go and check my YouTube channel. Thank you.